Here's what I've learned after training without the gym for 10 years now. The reason most guys don't get results isn't a lack of equipment. Rather, it is overthinking. Always switching routines and exercises, chasing fast gains with no long-term plan. But if you don't care about looking like a spray-tanned bodybuilder on steroids and you simply want a physique that looks naturally jacked, with or without a shirt, you don't need much. All you have to do is simply get bloody strong at 5 movements that train the whole body. 5 exercises you can practice almost anywhere, no matter how tired you feel, even if you have a full-time job, a family to raise, and you don't have time to waste at the gym. In today's video, I'll break down all 5 of these, what they train, how to start, and how to progress as you get stronger. By the way, if you haven't already, make sure you download Bodyweight first, my free beginner's guide. This is the best place to get started without the gym and how I got 80% of my best results. If you already have that though, and you'd like some extra support, accountability, and to step it up with your training, then make sure you check out our new membership program, the Homemade Muscle Academy. We just launched this and we're having a lot of fun with everybody joining in. Every man should be able to do 15 perfect form pull-ups. It is a sign of strength and longevity, but also the best back and arm exercise there is. Don't start though by swinging yourself up and down with crappy form. That is how you rack your elbows. Instead, if you can't do 5 reps with really good form, take a step back. Start with leg assisted pull-ups and work your way up to 15 reps with feet resting fully on the floor. Next, move to DC pull-ups. Same thing, 15 reps, perfect form. And I know these don't look as cool, but I promise you they build just as much muscle if you can't do regular pull-ups yet. And finally, once you can do 15 regular pull-ups, you can start adding more weight. Push-ups cover everything that pull-ups miss. Chest, shoulders, triceps, and core. Unfortunately though, most men think they are too basic. But this is only true if you've never trained these consistently with clean form and the right progressions. Honestly, if you want a rock-hard upper body, getting up to 20 pull-ups and 40 push-ups can get you there. First though, make sure you can do at least 20 perfect push-ups on your knees. Next, master regular push-ups and then, and only then, move to weighted push-ups. I've really fallen in love with weighted push-ups this last year, and even if I had a fancy bench press, I'd still do these since you never need a spotter, you can do them anywhere, and you can't add more weight unless your core is strong enough to handle it. That being said, once you can do 20 reps with 20% of your body weight on your back, you can now also progress to chest dips. Ideally, you want to combine both of these in your training, but if you don't have the time, just pick one and get insanely strong at it. I promise that your chest will look a lot better this way as long as you give it enough time. Big shoulders are key if you want to build a strong V-shaped look that stands out even with a shirt on. And although isolation exercises are not bad, nothing builds superhero shoulders faster than pushing a lot of weight over your head. If you have zero equipment, the best bodyweight option here are handstand push-ups. To build your way up to these, start with knee bent pike push-ups. Next, progress to regular pike push-ups. And after that, master deficit pike push-ups. Once again, get up to 15 clean reps before you transition from one progression to the other. If you have some weights though, I would say preferably start first with a standing military press. Next, progress to my favorite old school one-arm overhead press. Not only does this build strong shoulders, but it also trains your core to handle weight over your head in more awkward positions, which carries over a lot better to real-life functional strength. Once you can do 15 reps with 30% of your body weight, you can now move a lot smoother and safer to handstand push-ups. By the way, when it comes to dumbbells, the old school spin lock ones are your best budget option, but if you can invest a bit more, dial adjustable dumbbells have been a huge time and space saver for me, especially since I became a dad. The reason I love these is because you can adjust the weight in seconds and hide them in plain sight. To check my favorite recommendation, check out my video review, link in the top comment below. Most guys who train without the gym end up with chicken legs. This is because of training them too light or skipping them entirely. But once again, you don't need fancy equipment to challenge your lower body. Personally, due to my prosthesis, I train legs a bit differently, but here's what I recommend to my trainees. If you're a complete beginner, start with 20 ATG bodyweight squats with a heel raise. If you have weights, move to heel elevated dumbbell squats mixed with reverse lunges. Otherwise, progress to toe squats mixed with Bulgarian squats. If you don't want your behind to look flatter than the Pink Panther, you also have to train the backside of your lower body. My favorite option is the Romanian deadlift, which builds hamstrings and glutes of steel while also bulletproofing your lower back. All you need to do these is either a basic barbell or a pair of dumbbells. Plus, being able to pick heavy things off the floor without getting injured is a skill you need until the day you die. Now, if you're wondering, don't these hurt my lower back? That is a reasonable concern, which I also had in the beginning, but it turns out that being weak at this movement pattern is actually more dangerous. This is why no matter what, if you want, again, a bulletproof lower back, you need to master some kind of hip hinging movement pattern. If you don't have weights, start with hair-up curls. As long as you can anchor your feet under something sturdy, you can do these anywhere. And once you master 15 clean reps, you can also make the exercise more challenging by holding a plate in front of your chest. Still, if you want to keep this down to 5 exercises, I do recommend sticking to Romanian deadlifts over hair-up curls, since these combine both a hip hinge and a horizontal pull, the latter being the only main human movement pattern we are missing so far. Horizontal pulling hits your mid-back, which doesn't get a lot of attention from pull-ups. And although this area only gets an isometric contraction when doing Romanian deadlifts, you still build muscle and strength in the targeted area. Lastly, it is also great for strengthening the muscles that weaken from being hunched over a desk all day. By the way, if you've never been able to master pull-ups or you're stuck at the same number for what feels forever, check out my next video, which will appear in the top right corner if you're watching this in the near future. Otherwise, till then, subscribe, click on that notification bell, and don't forget to download my free beginner's guide, Bodyweight First, or to check out our new membership program, the Homemade Muscle Academy, if you want to step it up, if you want some extra accountability, and if you also want to mix calisthenics with lifting some weights. Until next time, keep on training.